Testing, testing.
Testing.
Good morning. I'm Gregory Mason, and welcome to First Presbyterian Church for Olympia Brown Unitarian Universalist Church's service. We're going to start with some announcements, and Roseanne, you can go first.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Roseanne Mason, and I'm here to tell you that the OBUUC, the Vote Committee, has some more opportunities available to help get the vote out by writing some more postcards. There is a sign-up in Erman Hall for the following dates: Tuesday, September 10th from 1 to 3 p.m. at my home, and Wednesday, September 25th from 10 to 12 and 1 to 3 at Jay and Melissa Warner's home. And there are also opportunities with the Racine Interfaith Coalition available for canvassing and driving people to canvassing at various dates in September. So please consider helping OBUUC become a Good Trouble congregation by signing up for one of these events. If you have questions, you can see me after the service. Thank you.
Thank you, Roseanne. Today we are launching our monthly unifier. Going forward, the deadline will be the 20th of the month to get items in for the following month. We are hoping to have a more comprehensive, meaningful publication that can be a reference piece throughout the month. To that end, we need the news to include activities for the whole month and perhaps even the early part of the next month, as save the dates. The coffee hour sign-up sheet will be at the end of the food table in Erman Hall. We need people to sign up from next Sunday through the end of the year, so there are many opportunities. Board games and ice cream in Erman Hall is happening on September 13th from 6 to 8 p.m. Everyone is welcome. The next deadline for paper raise write orders is September 15. If you need a form, see me. Fall camp is coming, Friday, September 27th through Sunday, September 29th. Registration info will be coming. For more information and details about all these announcements, along with others and community announcements, see your monthly email. The first volume arrived this morning in your email. Thank you to our volunteers today: Kathy Carson and Joe Cushing, ushers, our Zoom host, Maria Scott, our coffee hour host, Jan Fredrickson and Nancy Hennessy, and Jeff Ciuda, who's helping me on the camera while I'm down here. Please join us for coffee hour in Erman Hall following the service. For those joining us on YouTube, log into Zoom after the service for your coffee hour. The link is in today's email.
Good morning and welcome. Welcome to Olympia Brown Unitarian Universalist Church. My name is Suzanne Landis. My pronouns are she, hers, and I am your worship leader this morning. As we gather, we remember that our mission as a church is to be a community of hope, one that challenges us to transform ourselves, promote love and justice, respect all faiths, and shepherd our planet. Baba Diaoum said, "In the end, we will conserve only what we love. We will love only what we understand, and we will understand only what we are taught. We gather today to celebrate the earth, to express our deep devotion to all life, and to recommit to protecting what we love. We begin our time together with sacred ritual, the lighting of our chalice, the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith. Lighting our chalice for us this morning is Delilah. The reading for the chalice lighting is by Deborah Falk. We light this chalice, symbolic of the warmth of community and the brightness that love brings to the world, illuminating our search for justice and peace. Light, that force that nurtures all living things, here in our midst in this flame, so tiny and so significant. I invite you to rise in body or spirit for a fairly unfamiliar hymn, number 1068, Rising Green. Alejandro will play through the entire hymn one time before we sing.
And now it's time for the message for all ages. So if all the children and those young at heart can come on forward. So this morning, I'm going to tell you a story about a little boy that has a favorite tree. So just by raising your hand, everybody, how many of you in this room have a favorite tree? Isn't that amazing that we have favorite trees? You don't have a favorite tree? So I have a favorite tree. My favorite tree is on Highway K between V and 94. There's like half-dead tree on the north side of the road. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it. And I kind of like half-dead trees for some reason. When I was a kid, my aunt and uncle lived out in Yorkville, which you take Highway 20 out to Yorkville, it's west of us, and there was, before you got to their house, there was this half-dead tree. And that was my favorite tree until, I think they eventually widened the road and they knocked it, well, it was half-dead, so they took it down. But I think the reason I like half-dead trees is because it really shows the strength of trees. I mean, they live, even though half their branches are dead and they're half dead, they still are out there every spring. I have a tree in my backyard that's completely fallen over, and we thought for sure, it's an old apple tree, we thought for sure it would just die. It's got leaves on it. It's laying halfway across my yard, covered in leaves. So trees are these strong, resilient things. I think that's why I like half-dead trees. So this is called A Love Letter to a Tree, a story by Reverend Kelly Dignan. Once upon a time, there was a child named Alex, a deep soul with a heart full of love. Alex spent countless hours under the shade of wise old trees in their backyard. One in particular was Alex's favorite. On a sunny day, as the leaves whispered secrets in the breeze, Alex decided to express their feelings in a love letter to their favorite tree. With a box of crayons and a sheet of paper, they poured their emotions onto the page. The letter began. Dear tree, you're my best buddy. Your leaves are like green confetti, and your branches are my favorite hiding spots. Alex wrote about memories shared with the tree, picnics beneath its branches, reading stories, and even daydreaming about far-off lands. The letter spoke of the tree's strength, resilience, and the beauty it brought to the garden. Alex marveled at the way the tree sheltered birds and insects, creating a harmonious ecosystem. Carefully folding the letter, Alex nestled it into a small nook in the tree's bark. "This is for you, my dearest friend," they whispered, feeling a warm connection to their living friend, the tree. One stormy night, a powerful wind blew through town. The next morning, Alex rushed outside to find a small branch had been cracked by the storm. Sadness washed over Alex, but determination sparkled in their eyes. With care and creativity, Alex worked with their parent to gather rope and other supplies. Together, the two mended the branch. "You protect me from the sun, and now I'll protect you," Alex whispered. Lo and behold, after several months, the wood on the small branch fused back together and a new leaf sprouted. Through all the seasons, the bond between Alex and the tree grew together. Their friendship became a beacon of love and resilience, teaching everyone that even the smallest act of kindness can make a big difference. So I hope those of you that don't have favorite trees, look around, see how strong and wonderful they are, and maybe choose one, and maybe think about it, and maybe it will become your favorite tree. Okay, now it's time for the children's blessing. Okay, ready? We are blessed. We are blessed by being here. We are blessed by being here together.
Good morning. My name is Stephen Lyon, and this is Love Letter number 1, Beloved Mother of All Things by Thich Nhat Hanh. Are any of you familiar with the name Thich Nhat Hanh? Great. For those unfamiliar, much of what we know about Buddhism in the West, we owe a debt of gratitude to Thich Nhat Hanh, and in 1967, Martin Luther King nominated him for the Nobel Peace Prize. And so what I read today is, Beloved Mother of All Things. I bow my head before you as you look deeply and recognize that you are present in me and that I am part of you. I was born from you. You are always present, offering me everything I need for my nourishment, my growth. My mother, my father, and all my ancestors are also your children. We breathe your fresh air. We drink your clean water. We eat your nourishing food. Your herbs heal us when we are sick. You are the mother of all beings. I call you by the human name Mother, and yet I know your mothering nature is more vast and ancient than humankind. We are just one species of your many children. All the millions of other species who live or have lived on Earth are also your children. You aren't a person, but I know you are not less than a person either. You are a living, breathing being in the form of a planet. Each species has its own language, yet as our mother, you can understand us all. That is why you can hear me today when I open my heart to you and offer you my prayer. Dear Mother, wherever there is soil, water, rock, or air, you are there, nourishing me and giving me life. You are present in every cell of my body. My physical body is your physical body, and just as the sun and stars are present in you, they are also present in me. You are not outside of me, and I am not outside of you. You are more than just my environment. You are nothing less than myself. I promise you the awareness alive that you are always in me, and I am always in you. I promise to be aware that your health and my well-being is my own health and well-being. I know I need to keep this awareness alive in me for us both to be peaceful, happy, healthy, and strong. Sometimes I forget. Lost in the confusions and worries of daily life, I forget that my body is your body, and sometimes even forget that I have a body at all. Unaware of the presence of my body and the beautiful planet around me and within me, I am unable to cherish and celebrate the precious gift of life you have given me. Dear Mother, my deep wish is to wake up to the miracle of life. I promise to train myself to be present for myself, my life, and for you in every moment. I know that my true presence is the best gift I can offer you, the one I love. Please rise now in body and spirit for hymn number 1073 in the Teal Hymnal. We will sing verses 1, 2, and 3. Alejandro will play through the hymn one time before we sing.
There are many ways that we give to the life of our church, and our monetary offering is just one of those ways. Each month, we partner with a local organization that is doing good work in our community and beyond, and we share the money that we gather. Our partner for the month of September is the Impact 211 program. Joining us this morning to tell us about this important organization is Bob Wade. Welcome, Bob.
Good morning. First of all, we're very grateful. Sorry, I'm tall. Good morning. We're very grateful to be chosen as your offertory recipient for September. The money that we receive from you will definitely be used to help maintain the Impact 211 social service hotline as we answer phones 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, every day of the year. We never close. What we do is we help people get connected to resources in the community. As I'm sure you know, there are many people that are struggling just to get their basic needs met every day. And just some statistics, just for the last 5 years, we've answered over 34,000 calls from folks living in Racine County. Through July of this year, we've taken over 4,000 calls. Requests for emergency housing and shelter, shelter and housing calls accounted for 41% of the calls so far this year. People calling for food resources have accounted for 40% of the calls that we've received. And requests for finding health care and treatment for a substance use or mental health concern accounts for nearly 20% of our calls. So as you can imagine, there are a lot of people every day that are getting up and they are in a certain amount of crisis. And what we're there to do is to really get people connected to the many good services there are here in Racine County so they can help alleviate some of that stress. And hopefully when they alleviate that stress, they'll do better and they'll be able to focus on things that will take care of them and their families in the long term. And finally, I just want to let you know too, it's really easy to reach us. All you have to do is dial 211. It's a real simple number. I'm going to stick around after the service in coffee hour. I have some materials that I can hand off to you, including some business-sized cards that you can give to folks in case they're struggling with something. You can just hand them a card and say, just dial 211. So thank you again very much.
Part of being in community is sharing our lives with one another. When we gather, we bring with us the joys and the sorrows that are on our hearts, and being here reminds us that we do not hold them alone. At this time, in this sacred space, we invite you to come to the mic to share your joys or sorrows, or you may choose to light a candle while Alejandro plays some quiet music for us. And just a reminder, when sharing, that this service is available online to the general public.
My name's Mike Rude. I would just like to say thank you to all of you who sent cards, sympathy cards, in memory of my brother Kurt, who passed away. Thank you.
My name is Abby Summer, and my candle was for everybody who goes back to school, whether you started last week or you're starting this week. Here are UU thoughts and prayers for a wonderful, successful, calm school year for all.
My joy today is to report to you that the Marquette Garden has given away 110 pounds of food. Most of it went to our little love pantry.
We will light one more candle for the joys and the sorrows that are on the hearts of our beloveds online. Please join with me now in singing, "There is a love holding me, there is a love holding us." The words are in your order of service.
This is love letter number 2. It's entitled "To the Air" by the Reverend Kelly Dignan. Dear Air, I marvel at the invisible dance we've shared through the decades. In my 60s now, I've come to recognize your silent yet profound presence in every breath I take. You are the essence of life, a constant companion. Through the years, I've witnessed your subtle changes, the crisp freshness of mountain air, the salty tang by the sea, and the sweet aroma after a summer rain. Each breath I take is a reminder of your divine nature, reflecting your beauty and resilience. However, my dear air, I feel compelled to express a growing concern that weighs heavily on my heart. The pollution that infiltrates your purity is not just a matter of distant consequence. It's a dagger that pierces the very core of the well-being of all life. When you, my beloved companion, are tainted, it sends ripples of despair through my soul. Your pollution is a silent scream that echoes in the hearts of those around me. The wheezing coughs of neighbors, the asthma in young children, the ailing trees in my garden, and the disheartening signs of a wounded earth, all symptoms of a shared affliction. As I wander through my garden, nurturing blooms and whispering words of solace to the plants, I cannot escape the realization that their struggle mirrors those of humans. I write to you today, dearest air, with a promise that I will speak to those who hold the power to make choices for our shared home. I will let them understand that polluting the air is not just an environmental concern, but it's an assault on the very fabric of our collective well-being. The repercussions are not abstract. They are tangible and deeply felt. In the golden years of my life, surrounded by the warmth of community and the embrace of nature, I yearn for a future where the air is pure, where each inhalation is a balm to the soul. I will do all I can to safeguard you, my beloved air, ensuring a legacy of clean breaths for generations to come. With unwavering love, Kelly. And now, please rise in body or spirit for the hymn, The Tide is Rising. The words are in your order of service, and Alejandro will play through the hymn one time before we sing.
Love Letter to the Plant Kingdom by Lauren Randolph. Dear Flora, you are nothing less than miraculous. You have existed on planet Earth for at least 500 million years. You come in every conceivable size and shape, texture and color. From your mighty oak, host to 900 species of caterpillar, to your much maligned dandelion, provider of nectar for early spring pollinators. You change throughout the seasons. You are terrestrial, you are aquatic, you provide shelter, habitat, and clothing, you restore health, you create shade and cooling. Your roots are essential for creating, retaining, and nourishing the soil, and you sequester carbon. You dazzle with your vibrant colors, intoxicating fragrances, and intricate blooms. You forge symbiotic relationships. You create the diversity in our landscapes of forests, jungles, prairies, woodlands, wetlands, meadows, gardens, countless other ecosystems. You are the cornerstone of the entire food web. You do nothing less than sustain life on Earth. And yet, for all you do to sustain precious lives, we have taken you for granted. We have not treated you with kindness. We have assaulted you with chemicals and bulldozers. We have slashed and burned you. We have introduced invasive species that try to outcompete you in your native habitats. We have poisoned the soil and water that should nourish you. We have irrevocably altered your climate and threatened many of your species to the point of extinction. And for that, I am profoundly sorry. And yet, I feel joy and wonder whenever I am in your presence. You have adopted heroic survival strategies. You can regenerate. You rise from the ashes. You have learned to adapt. You can move. You disperse your seeds wide and far in many ingenious ways. You are the symbol of growth, renewal, and resilience, and you are ceaseless in your abundance and generosity. And for that, Plant Kingdom, I am profoundly grateful.
Taken from A Guided Meditation for Earth Day by Kaya Roman. We will now take a few minutes to bask in gratitude for Earth's incredible bounty and beauty. To start, visualize the bare ground beneath the foundation that supports you and connect with the earth in your mind. Find a comfortable sitting position with one hand on your heart and one hand on the imagined ground. Take several deep, grounding breaths. Now bring your awareness to your senses. Without judgment, simply notice the sensory input of your body is experiencing. Continue to breathe deeply and slowly. Now, bring your awareness to your heart center. As you inhale, imagine you're filling your heart with love, and imagine that love spreading throughout your body. With each breath, feel the love in your heart expanding outward to fill the space around you, continuing to grow steadily. As you fill your heart with overwhelming love, bring to your mind the many things you feel grateful for. You may think of your own healthy body, people you love, nourishing food, clean air and water, and a comfortable home. Feel the power of your gratitude to amplify that love radiating from your heart, eventually encompassing the entire planet. Now shift your focus to the earth. Consider that everything that you experience, love, and feel grateful for is made possible by the incredible planet that sustains you. The air you breathe, the water you drink, the food you eat, and the materials that build your home and clothing all come from the life-giving planet you call home. Take a moment to silently thank the earth for all that you appreciate in your life. Expand your appreciation to all that exists simultaneously and harmoniously on the planet. Please repeat these words in your heart. Healing the earth begins with my own healing. Love of the planet begins with the love in my own heart. Healing the earth begins with my own healing. Love of the planet begins with the love in my own heart. Please rise for the final hymn in the Teal Book. The closing hymn is number 1064, Blue Boat Home.
We extinguish this chalice flame, but the fire and the light of this community cannot be extinguished, for it lives in each one of us, reminding us that we are connected, held always in a larger love. So, what would our own love letters to the earth say? And how would that love be lived out in our day-to-day lives? Let us go forth now acknowledging the urgent call for earth care and climate justice. May we have the wisdom to embrace a deep love and reverence for the earth, our shared home. May we return to ancient practices of reciprocity and mutuality as we recognize the inherent value of every creature, every ecosystem, and every delicate balance that sustains life. May it be so.